Hello and welcome to this 24/7 Sports GoVols247 video preview for Tennessee's epic clash Saturday night at Vanderbilt. I say epic because Tennessee football could have its first Sugar Bowl berth hanging in the balance in a quarter century. The Vols have not been there since 1991, so by the time the game would be played, it would be right at 26 years. I'm John Brice. He's Ryan Callahan. We appreciate you all tuning in. Ryan, your thoughts about this weekend's matchup and just the magnitude of it on so many levels?
It really is. It's really important. We've talked about all week the stakes in this for Tennessee. You win, you go 9-3, you potentially have a chance to go to the Sugar Bowl for the first time in 26 years. On top of that, though, the difference in perception between 9-3 and 8-4 is huge. Could completely change the look of this season and the look of the off season for Tennessee, and really raise the stakes for 2017 that much more for Butch Jones' long-term future if they were to lose this game. If you win, you've got some momentum in recruiting potentially out there, and lots of things going for you. You can at least frame this as a positive season even without an SEC East title. If you lose this, there's no way to frame the season but a disappointment.
Well, and again, you want to head out onto the recruiting trail coming off a win to cap your regular season. And since you don't have a game to play for next week in the SEC Championship, that's what Tennessee's trying to do. Tennessee's coaches will be heading out almost immediately Saturday night and into Sunday to hit the recruiting trail and start trying to have another really strong close to another class, which is what we've seen them do in recent years. So in that regard, Ryan, how important is this game? No one game defines a recruiting class ever, but this game has some lingering effects that I think makes it a bit more important.
It does, because you're talking about the difference between a 9-3 season versus 8-4, and we've talked to plenty of people who've said, hey, 9-3, you can sell that. Even with the year you were expected to win 10, even 11 games, 9-3 is a step forward from 8-4 last year. It's a chance to go to a New Year's Six Bowl. It's a lot of things that you can sell. 8-4 gives the look that this season, I mean, you would include a loss to South Carolina and a loss to Vanderbilt in the final 5 games of the season. There's no way much tougher to sell that in recruiting, and suddenly that staff turnover we're expecting in the offseason looks like people maybe jumping off a ship that's starting to sink a little bit. And that's a look Tennessee doesn't want to have, and a perception they don't want to have to fight going into a really important close here leading up to signing day.
An interesting matchup, and we're going to wrap it up pretty quickly here. Interesting matchup, Ryan, the strength of Vanderbilt's rushing attack against the weakness of Tennessee's rush defense.
It really is, and I think that's going to decide a lot about this game. Also, Tennessee's offense has put up a lot of yards and a lot of points the last few weeks, and they're going against a Vanderbilt defense that's pretty good, and they haven't been blown out by really anyone they've faced this season besides Georgia Tech. So I would expect a competitive game. Will it be a low-scoring or high-scoring game? That's what we don't know. It's which strength wins out, I think, is what's going to kind of decide the tempo and look of this game.
Yeah, I don't know how many future NFL players will be on the field Saturday night, but I know two, Derek Barnett and Zach Cunningham. We'll bring you more after the game.